Welcome, guys. So this will be my second Premier draft for Outlaws of Thunder Junction. We're going to go ahead and use a draft token here. I've managed to accumulate 4 of them. My first attempt, I went 2 and 3. I've done a quick draft as well. And I've forgotten what I did, what happened in the quick draft. But in the Premier draft, I made my usual mistake of drafting too many rares. I just rare drafted everything I possibly could, and I ended up with a. Actually, it was a passable 5 color deck, but obviously not that consistent. I think though I was able to get my spells out. They just weren't as good as my opponent's spells. Um, I had to play a couple of gold pounds to try and to use for as fixing, but that's taking up a couple of slots which aren't lands or creatures, so it's uh, probably makes the deck slightly weaker. So you have to if you're going 5 colors, the 5 color creatures, the other colors of creatures you've got to go for have got to be pretty good to make up for it. Pitiless Carnage is our rare here. Sacrifice any number of opponents you control, then draw that many cards. And you can plot this as well. So it's basically a big black card draw spell. Um, yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to make the same mistake again. I'm going to simply draft every rare that I can possibly get my hands on and hope for the best. I am trying to expand my collection here as well as win games. So. Oh yeah, well, I've seen this thing before. Um, Nobody seems to like this card in draft. I'm going to draft it anyway. We'll read this card though. So the equipped creature, if the equipped creature can deal combat damage, look at that many cards from the top of your library. So if it's 3 damage, look at the top 3 cards. You may exile a non-land card, and then you can cast it without paying its mana cost. We have another key to the vault. Well, the good news about this, we're soon going to complete our collection of key to the vaults. Then we won't have to draft anymore. And then we won't find any more impacts. So it's basically 5 mana to attach this to a creature. But then maybe you get some free spells, potentially, if you're lucky. So we have another kind of. I think this is pretty much a useless blue rare because step between worlds. Each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard into the library. Each player who does draws 7 cards. So you're letting your opponent draw 7 cards, which is quite dangerous. Um, Let me just make sure. I actually have 2 of these already. We also have Territory Forge. Oh, okay. Exile target artifact or land. So this is land destruction. You can target your opponent's land, and basically you're stealing a land. Okay, I like that. High Noon is also pretty useless, I think. Well, it's fine. It's a it becomes a 5 damage removal spell. We'll go ahead and draft that. So we can basically, it looks like we can draft a rare every single round. It's incredible, really. I'm taking everybody's rare from from each pack. Aven Interrupter is a flyer with flash, and you can exile a spell which becomes plotted, and then it costs 2 more to cast. That's pretty cool. Maybe we've got a white deck. Okay, now we're out of rares. How many cards in? 6 cards in. So pick 7, and we can do something. I think Essence Capture is terrible because it's double blue. I don't think you're going to be able to cast something that's double blue. I think Vengeful Townsfolk is really good. Armadillo is quite a good sort of defensive thing. It obviously looks like we're going to probably go for a white card. I'll go for the Townsfolk. It's another Townsfolk. I can give something double strike. Townsfolk's pretty good. Silver Deputy makes us able to sort of splash other colours. It's pretty good. Endless Detour is a rare. How about white, blue, green? I think I've already got 4 of these actually from the other set because this is from New Capenna. I see a big white flyer here. I think that's what we go for. It's a blue-green land. There's Sheriff of Safe Passage. So, yeah, scales with a number of creatures. I think I want another solid 3-drop. I think that's good. We're actually getting quite a few things here. So, Sterling Keykeeper is a good 2-drop, and that's a 5-drop flyer. I think we definitely go for the 2-drop. And then there's Return the Favors, not that interesting. So we just pick up another white 3-drop. White seems to be open. Blue card draw versus a kind of a mana fixing land. I think that's all right. Okay, so things are coming together a little bit. Okay, Final Showdown. What's this? It's a white card. All creatures lose all abilities till end of turn. Use a creature you control that gains indestructible, and oh my god, for 6 mana you can destroy all creatures. Well, that seems good. So for 7 mana, you can have one of your creatures survive by making it indestructible. Um, and you can remove indestructible from your opponent's creatures as well for 8 mana. There's no rare in this pack. What's going on? So we have a Sheriff of Safe Passage, but we have a Ruthless Lawbringer, which is absolutely fantastic. Yes, let's have a Ruthless Lawbringer, please. Let's consider going white, black. Okay, loot the key to everything is definitely not in our colors. I'm going to red draft that. Surgical extraction. Don't really care about that. Rare. Well, an Armored Armadillo is pretty good. Fake Your Own Death. Skullduggery is okay. I think I like the Armadillo. Boots that give you haste. Iron Eyes, yeah, that's the counter spell that does 2 damage, and it's a rare from probably Guilds of Ravnica, I think. We have another Inventive Wingsmith, and we have a Silver Deputy, and we have a Creosote Heath. Haven't got any green yet. I think I would rather go Silver Deputy. Okay, we have Rakdos Joins Up. This is basically a reanimation spell. I did pick this last time. I was able to splash for it. It could be quite splashable. Dust Bowl. Sacrifice a land, destroy target. Non-basic land. Okay. Neat. Not that non-basic lands are going to be an issue. Because it's from the special. It's a special rare. I'm probably going to ignore that. Shepherd of the Clouds is fantastic. And these are two good white removal spells. Oh my god. Okay, Mystical Tether. We got Mystical Tether. Okay, good. Um, if we're going, it looks like we might be going black. We can snag a Buzzard here, or we could snag another Silver Deputy. Yep. I'm just going to make sure we can. If we have to splash for lots of rares, we're going to definitely be able to do it. Bandit's Hall is a mana rock that can also draw cards if we commit crimes. Yeah, so that's what I've gone for. Outlaw Medic is a okay 2-drop. Patient Naturalist is an okay 3-drop. I think we'll make sure we've got some decent white cards. We need some decent 2-drops. Another Medic or an Oasis Gardener. I quite like the mana fixing. Just make sure we're absolutely on top of things. Skullduggery or fake your own death? I'm going to fake my own death here. Inventive Wingsmith. So many of those, and take for a ride. Okay. Okay, we have 2 rares here. Outcaster Trailblazer. Powerful creatures. Let me draw cards. Tyward Keen. If we have things that sources that deal non-combat damage, do an extra point. I want to go for this one, but we need some more. We need special sources of damage. Quite clearly, I think we're cutting blue from the deck. I'm just gonna cut a few things as we go. Okay, one last job. Bring stuff back, or equipment, or mount vehicle. Well, and a mount vehicle and a creature card potentially. So we've got the Omen Path Journey. This is quite a special ramp card. You can ramp basically 5 times on 5 consecutive turns. It's pretty insane. I'm going to take one last job though. We've nearly got a mono white deck, to be honest. And we have a red white rare. Oxen have double strike. I love that. When you enter the battlefield, exile the top card. If it's a land card, make a 2/2 Ox, or you can cast it. That seems fantastic. Satiable Avarice. I will go ahead and draft that. I mean, it kind of describes my drafting strategy, so I've got to draft it. I've been slightly greedy here, but hopefully we can get away with it. There's the Dust Bowl again, which we could probably ignore. Scorching Shot is double red. That's going to be very hard for us to cast in this deck. Steer Clear is a good, cheap little removal spell. I think we go for that. Nurturing Pixie, right. What come into play effect things have we got? Ruthless Lawbringer, for example, is a good one. See, Humiliate is sort of hand removal. That could be very good, but we don't want to lock ourselves into playing black. I think the Pixie's good enough. Okay, we have various things, and we have a 4-drop flyer. I think that's an easy pick to go for. Take up the shield, yeah. Um, or a Red Rock Sentinel. Wait, that's a rare, isn't it? Yeah, let's take that. Okay, 5-drop bird. So this needs double black, the Consuming Ashes. I don't think this is a deck that's going to get to double black. Honestly, I'm going to take this chunky flyer. Hindering Light. Not really. Don't think I'm going to pass that, honestly. Heartless Pillage makes opponent discard 2. Peerless Rope Master is probably more splashable, but no, I'm never going to play. I'm not going to splash blue for that. Take Heartless Pillage. Outlaw Medic, sure. Arid Archway, sure. And we get a Humiliate anyway. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna drop everything that isn't white. See if we can just go mono white. We could drop all the silver deputies if we're going mono white. Makes life a lot easier, really. We can add things back in. If we might want that Ruthless Lawbringer. I probably definitely want Bruse Tarl, but I just want to see where we stand if we make it mono white. And is there anything kind of unplayable here? High Noon actually needs red mana, so just drop that as well. And we want to think a little bit about what we are missing um, in our deck in terms of mana. It seems we did well on 3-drops, but we've done quite badly on 2-drops, which it's not great because um, our splash color. Well, now our 2-drops are the silver deputies. Right, I think the silver deputies come in, and then we decide what we're splashing for. I think Bruse Tarl is the best card to splash for. Um, I don't know if there's any point playing Tywakeen when I don't have any damage spells. I don't think I have anything that can. So it's just a 2/3 that's not going to do anything particularly interesting. I don't even have any of those lands that do damage. I think a Ruthless Lawbringer, probably a good shout as well. Rakdos Joins Up is going to need both splash colors. It's pretty good though. I don't think Humiliate's going to be very good if we can't consistently cast it on turn 2. So I think we just ignore that. That just exiles an artifact or land. Territory Forge. It's an expensive land destruction spell. Pitiless Carnage is potentially a big card draw spell that we could play. High Noon's another removal spell, basically. I don't know if we're not necessarily playing more than one spell per turn, so we don't care about the drawback here. So maybe we want High Noon. It's effectively another removal spell as well, so that seems okay. We could consider this Pitiless Carnage because it's a nice big chunky card draw spell. Uh, I won't. Yeah, I'm not going to take the Insatiable Avarice. I don't think that's going to be much good. Tiny Bones Joins Up is a 1-drop when black is our splash color, so I don't think we want to use that. But it does. It makes my opponent discard a card, and it actually goes really well with Nurturing Pixie. So I think that's pretty good. Anyway, I'll call that end of part one. I'll be back momentarily. And welcome. So I'm going to splash a bit of black, a bit of red. We're going to play Rakdos Joins Up. I just cut Tiny Bones Joins Up because it's difficult to cast it on turn one, and we don't have much synergy with it. We don't have many. We have maybe one legendary creature, I think, to go with it. It is good with Nurturing Pixie, but we're not. I don't think we're going to get that combination very often. I think I'm much better off with another creature, so I just swapped it for an Armored Armadillo. I think that's going to be slightly better. Got the 3 silver deputies to just help us hit our colours. I think so. We'll give this a shot. I'm not. I have dropped one last job because I realise it is effectively only the first option is going to work. So it's a 5 mana reanimate spell. We don't have any mounts, vehicles, equipment, or friendly auras. We've got an aggressive aura. We've got a mystical tether. So it just doesn't. We can't get the extra value out of this. So I don't think we're justified playing it when we've already got Rakdos Joins Up as a really good reanimation spell. So um, that's my reasoning there. I think we just give this one a shot, see how we go on. Right, got white and black lands. That's good. We've got actually a 2-drop and a 3-drop, so not bad at all. And we've got our board sweeper, which is pretty awesome. It is 6 mana to sweep the board with Final Showdown, but we're actually only we've drawn a lot of lands, so we're only one mana, 1 land away from being able to get it on turn 6 if we need. I bet the sound is turned off. Yep. There we go. Right. Prickly Pear. Got us for 2 damage. There is this sense of, do we hold creatures back now? Because we're planning a final showdown. I think so. I think we'll hold back the Keykeeper because we. And if we wait to turn 7, of course, we could give Vengeful Townsfolk indestructible. That's given them all first strike. I see, right? That gets up to 3 power. So I could chuck the medic in the way, draw an extra card. I'll go ahead and play the Arid Archway. See if he can sniff out the fact I've got a board sweeper. Interesting. Oh, okay, he used a removal spell. So that's not bad. We're going to get hit quite a lot here. We're looking at 7 power next turn. Conduit Pylons. Play that so I can surveil. Okay, Ruthless Lawbringer is okay. So the question is, do we sweep now? Do we wait for him to play another creature? He doesn't have to play another creature, clearly, because he'll have lethal on the board. Did I just make a bit of a boo-boo? I've got to play. It's 3 white and 3 to play Final Showdown. So I've made a bit of a boo-boo. I don't have enough white mana. Never mind. We might be dead. See if he plays another creature, but he doesn't need to, so that's good play from him. He didn't go over the top there. There's no need to remove the ability, so we'll do that one. He's got a flash creature in response. The perfect response. That's good. We drew our removal spell. I was wondering if I'd have to use Ruthless Lawbringer to take out the assassin. Now, so one issue here is if he has one removal spell, I lose the game. I could Ruthless Lawbringer to kill this 3/1 creature. I think I want to stay in the game for at least one more turn, so I feel like I have to do this. And he had take for a ride, so he steals my creature and wins. So nothing I could have done would have stopped that. I could have had 7 extra life points if I'd swept the board a turn earlier, just because I forgot that it's triple white for that board sweeper. This has the I've got the sense of a 0/3 from this deck. I drew one of my best cards there in my opening hand and made absolutely no difference to the outcome. Well, basically, it was just a 2-for-1. I got rid of 2 of his creatures. We've drawn the board sweeper again. We have a steer clear. We have a cheap removal spell. And we have Aven Interrupter, so a flyer that can slow down my opponent and tax one of his spells. It's not a very aggressive start. We'll play the swamp. We'll play the armadillo. Probably would have been a good opportunity there to play my Arid Archway. Now I think about it. Because I want to hold up 3 mana for my Aven Interrupter this turn. Oh yeah, I I was supposed to cast my Interrupter there. I did not think of doing that. To be honest, we could just go for the showdown. But we can take out the ankle biter with a steer clear. Maybe we just go for Wanted Griffin. goal here with Final Showdown. We want to get to 7 mana and give our best creature indestructible. That would seem to make sense. So my opponent has 4 colours, which is pretty good going. So stop cold. Yeah, we can exile that spell. I think that could be pretty cool. I think I forgot to play a land. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, now what does this do? Right, so something just got plotted. Okay, it's draw 3 basically. Okay. I'll try and remember to play a land. Bounce a desert, that gets Surveil 1. So stop cold on the Griffin again. Okay, another removal spell. Aven Interrupter. Right, Lawbringer can destroy a non-land permanent. So I can bring back my Interrupter. I can get rid of Stop Cold. It all seems a little bit over the top though. I've got an armadillo. Still got an armadillo here. I've got steer clear to take out his ankle biter. It seems excessive, but it means my board situation is better than his, so he's got to come up with some kind of answer. Oh, Silver Deputy, okay. Oh, Rakdos Joins Up. We've got the Deputy to find the mountain. We don't have anything in the graveyard yet. I think we'll keep going with our Armadillo. We've still got 4 cards in hand. We'll just see if we can force him to use something. Stop this deadly Armadillo. Interesting. He's holding back as well. Maybe he's got a board sweeper also. Okay, we have a swamp. Blocking it, okay. Beaver, okay, we have a significant creature. We can now double pump our Armadillo. Oh, it doesn't pump toughness at all. So we'll trade off with the Beaver. So we can sacrifice our Griffin, blow this thing up with the Lawbringer, and swing in for 4. Doesn't seem like maybe the best plan, but also this is something we can bring back from the graveyard and get another trigger. Interesting. Okay, you've got a counter spell. How do we feel about trading an Armadillo for a giant beaver? I think that's an okay trade for me. Oh, let's he's gonna let it through. Activate. Okay, 2 cards left. He's got Vigilance, so he can just swing for 4 quite happily. He didn't swing, okay. Cool. Armadillo trades for the beaver. 3 steps ahead. He's making a token, he's drawing 2 cards and then discarding a card. Alright. What did he discard? Bristlepack Sentry, so small creature. I think we'll play the Deputy and look for a mountain. Okay, that's going to be a big token creature. He's been through actually 2 counterspells now. Void Slime 3 steps ahead. What are the chances he has a 3rd counterspell in his hand? So I think, yeah, the Silver Deputy is pretty much expendable here. So we'll just jump block and then I think we'll go for the Final Showdown. Oh wow, he's really gone for it, so he's got another 11/11. If his last card is a counterspell, then he has played very well. You know, it's only drawing a mountain. Let's just think about this a little bit. So, I could do the 6 mana version. I could do a 7 mana version and make my Griffin indestructible. Is that greedy? Let's count our mana. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 mana version still leaves me with 4 extra mana. Usually the sort of the power sync spells usually mean at most you need to pay 4 extra mana. So I'm not too familiar with the ones in this set. So I'll do Final Showdown, destroy all creatures, and I will make my Griffin indestructible. I'll dance the tumbleweeds. Another 11/11 or 12/12. Wonder what his last card is. Let's just count our land again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, if we play our townsfolk first, we can Rakdos Joins Up, our Ruthless Lawbringer, sacrifice our Griffin, and kill the 12/12. And that'll pump our townsfolk as well. I think we'll give that a shot. His last card might be a counterspell, in which case, fair play to him. Oh wow, he has another huge creature. It doesn't have vigilance. That's one thing. That was pretty incredible. Two 11-11s and a 12-12 I just took out. It might not be enough. I'll play a Silver Deputy. We will not put a land on top. These guys don't do anything special at all, so we won't attack. Death Touch, nice. See, must have 7 land left in the deck. Right, that is my big card draw spell. I can sacrifice Rakdos Joins Up. So this potentially is going to be pretty good. I think I will plot it though. How much land can I sacrifice? Maybe 3 plains, a swamp, Detention Sphere. Okay. Nice. He's had some good top decks there actually. Now we could take 7. Because we could sacrifice the Silver Deputy for a card. 7 life worth a card? Is the question. Maybe it is, because I'm on 19 life. I'm going to say yes. Sterling Keykeeper is a really good one. Yeah, let's play that first. Because we're going to sacrifice these 2 planes anyway. Sacrifice that, maybe a swamp. We want to keep the creatures though. Do 3 land, okay. Get our swamp back. We get an Outlaw Medic, and we can play a High Noon. And we won't attack the townsfolk. Did he top deck another removal spell for the Keykeeper? Yes, of course he did. Okay, I think block with this guy. The Armadillo does not have trample. Draw an extra card off that. So we could pop the Ankle Biter and then whack him with Vengeful Townsfolk. But yeah, I don't think I'll be able to play Sterling Supplier if I do that. But that is okay, I've decided. Right. Good, so I force a chump block and the turn. I'm going to chump again. See if he top decks another removal spell for my townsfolk. Okay, it's just a really good card. I wonder if we should. I think it doesn't matter. He's got a reach creature. He knows what's going to be what's coming the next turn. So we'll pump the townsfolk. Attack with a 7/7. Should be chump blocking here. Yeah. We'll play a Silver Deputy as well. Decline. We actually got him. Well, we're off the mark with a win. So that's something. That's quite an array of creatures. I think it's 2 11/11s. We sweep the board. He gets a 12/12. We kill it. And then he follows up with a 7/7 Armadillo. Okay, looks pretty good. White and black land. We've got actually 3 2-drops. And we've got a way to get Bruse Tarl. We can find a mountain. So for third game in a row, we have Final Showdown. Did help a bit. Definitely helped quite a lot in the last game. He's showing off his multi-lands here. Right, he's only got 1 mana. I'm just going to attack with Deputy. I think the Keykeeper's slightly more important, so I'll play that first. Oh, what on earth is this? 2/4. He gets extra gnomes, or he can copy artifact tokens. Yeah, he's basically making gnomes. Okay. And I've got Bruse Tarl, so we'll see what he can do. get an Ox. That's good because we got a land off the top. Oh, looks like 4 cards he got on turn 2, didn't he? Right, Oasis Gardener can get me to 5 mana. So he can trade off with Bruse Tarl. Attacking with him lets me hit the top of my deck again. So I can just attack with the Ox, basically. Take it up to 3/2. 3/2 double strike. 6 damage through. I think actually what I'd rather do is play the Silver Deputy, get another land on top. We'll get a... what's interesting is that Arid Archway is... that's worth 2 mana. Let's put that on top. I could tap something down, or I could play an Outlaw Medic. Let's play an Outlaw Medic. I'm not going to play around my Final Showdown. I'm just going to play out some creatures. Ruthless Lawbringer comes out. Bruse Tarl is going to die. So my Ox no longer double strikes, which is a shame. So something tells me here the townsfolk are going to get out of control. He is just going to jump block every time with the gnomes. I think we may as well chuck in an Ox, see what he does. I think we'll play our Arid Archway. That's plains. And we'll hold the Oasis Gardener because we've got enough mana. Or have we got enough mana? No, we need 3 white mana for this spell. We have to play an Oasis Gardener as well. Armored Armadillo, okie doke. It's a huge creature. Didn't attack, that's interesting. And actually I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I could do the Final Showdown and keep something alive. So I could keep Sterling Keykeeper alive. It's a pretty good trade for me. But the only thing is he's got 3 cards left in hand. I feel like I probably still lose, but I'll draw a card off my medic. But yeah, I could wait and see if he builds the board up further. But also, he's playing blue mana. He might have counter spells. So yeah, I think I have to go for Final Showdown now. And we'll attack for 2. Miriam. Lone Shark, okay. Draws an extra card, so he's sort of recovered immediately. Um, right. Silver Deputy. That's yeah, I'll play a Plains. Silver Deputy. We'll decline that. I'm thinking we want to bump up the Silver Deputy so it can trade with Miriam. That's the Tumbleweeds, my favourite. So we're getting, well, we're tapping down a 9/9. Let's put it that way. We can swing in the air for 4 and win in 3 turns. Another spine was Armadillo. Oh my god, he's had a second one. Ridiculous. Okay, well, we'll tap down your 9/9 for what it's worth. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know if he top decked that, but that's obviously the perfect answer to my flyer. So looks like game over. Maybe unless we can drop top deck some removal. Yeah, we'll tap down a 9/9. That's pretty reasonable. I didn't attack, okay. Okay, stop cold on that one. You drew the removal. I'm going to keep drawing land. it's going to copy an armadillo. We've got 2 of them. That's great. Right, Silver Deputy is supposed to trade off with Miriam. That was the whole idea there. And I think I'll take 12. Suppose we could double block a Loan Shark and take it out. That's a slightly more difficult creature we can take care of. Not seen this one before. +1 for each desert. Yeah, he's got a lot of deserts. I think that's for 5 deserts. So he's normally a 1/2. Which things here have trample? I think we're just dead, aren't we? So, 3rd game in a row we've had the board sweeper, and it meant precisely nothing. He just played out 2 armadillos basically and crushed me. So we're not doing well against the big creatures. There are hordes of big creatures out there. Right. I think I will take a little break from this and get back to it. Thanks for watching so far. And I'm back. Probably just going to finish off the last game here. I do not hold out much hope for this deck, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Okay, we have a 2-drop, another 2-drop, 3 mana removal spell, and a card draw spell. And we're splashing red, so I think we'll go straight away for the Silver Deputy and look for a mountain. Is a 2/2. Oh, it can pump other creatures up. That's pretty good. No, we can Mystical Tether that. But I think that might be a waste of a Mystical Tether somehow. I'll play my Outlaw Medic. Because we've drawn our Final Showdown 4 games in a row. We've had this, so but no excuses. We've even got a little bit of a combo here. We could plot our Pitiless Carnage, use it to sacrifice everything, then play to draw cards, then play the Final Showdown. So that could be pretty good. And why don't we do that now? First alt, I think I'll pump my Outlaw Medic up and swing in. Quite a nice little combination, these two creatures. It's a very rare occurrence where I'm actually maybe winning the early game against mono green. I will plot a Pitiless Carnage. Okay, right, so guessing he probably has a handful of white cards. Okay, he gets a desert card. He gets pumped up for the desert he has. Okay, so that thing's just big enough to block my medic. It doesn't seem good to start using removal spells on like this inconsequential stuff. Swing in like that. Gain a bit of life. So there's his third colour. Another Raucous Entertainer, okay. And we've learnt we need triple white for Final Showdown, so we are one planes short. He has another 2/2. He's drawn all of his 2/2s. So that's sort of disenchant kind of thing. Oh, that's right, and his Raucous Entertainers can pump everything up. That's quite scary. And of course it's enough to block my medic now. It's a swamp and not a plains. So it's looking like we're in a wee bit of trouble. What I could do here is Pitiless Carnage and sacrifice these two bods in an attempt to draw plains in the top two cards. Bit risky, I would have to say. But it means, yeah, it means we'll take 6 extra damage next turn. We'll actually draw 3 cards because of the Outlaw Medic. Or we just wait a turn. Potentially we can jump block. Then we're drawing less cards, of course, from Pitiless Carnage. Okay, let's do it. It's probably a mistake, but let's do it. We can. Yeah, no, we just want to sacrifice those two. Okay, we get our planes, and we're going for a Final Showdown and destroying all the creatures. Because otherwise, if we wait, it's 10 damage. He's got a 2-turn clock. Yeah, he has absolutely no reason to play any more creatures. Death Toucher on a 3/2. Don't think they're significant enough to warrant removal spells. Get 3/3. Okay, so yeah, anything with power 4 we'll take out because that basically stops the sentry attacking. Another Mine Raider. Wow. Well, he had an army in his hand to replace the army he just lost. Yep, that gets through. Okay, we have a 3/2 that leaves a 1/1 behind when it dies, so that's something. Okay, Thunder Salvo gets it though. And we have a 4/3, which lets the sentry attack. So this is going to be a lot of damage. Get the Arid Archway. Right, what kind of removal spell do we want to do here? The Lawbringer can always trade off with something else, which is pretty good. And yeah, we can sacrifice the Mercenary. Yep. Sack that. Kill a Quilted Charger. Stops the Bristlepack Sentry from attacking. I'll play an Arid Archway. That's a swamp. How many creatures has he drawn? That's pretty impressive. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures in his top 14 cards. In my top 18 cards, I've found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. 5 versus 9. Okay, he's going to go ahead. He's found 2 removal spells as well. He's blowing up the Lawbringer. Fair enough. We'll tap down a Mine Raider. We're just sort of getting killed here. Bruse Tarl is a pretty good draw, though it means out of cards. I bet he'll top deck removal. It's just it seems to be going that way at the moment. Steer clear. So I can play that until the end of my next turn. So he's not going to attack into that, unfortunately. Prickly Pear. Okie doke. Top deck's another creature. He's running more creatures than me. I think that's pretty obvious. We're going to tap down a... Oh. Yeah, a Mind Raider, actually. Didn't attack. That's interesting. We've drawn an Aven Interrupter. So Bruse Tarl we want to attack with. Next to block us. He's not going to block into a fake your own death, I suspect. That is a shame. um, okay, I've got a funny idea. Right, what if I steer clear Bruse Tarl and then use my own Aven Interrupter on my steer clear? Because it's obviously I'm losing like this turn. Oh. Right. It didn't stop for my Aven Interrupter. What did I do wrong? I probably needed to do full control. It says exile target spell. It doesn't say target spell your opponent controls. Yeah, I think you just have to go into full control for that to work. That's unfortunate. Okay. Right, so that has 4 power. So he can attack with Bristleback Sentry. So tap that down. Alright, Aven Interrupter will jump out heroically. We could kill the sentry. And we can block more damage. I think it's going to be hard for me to stop him attacking the sentry, so we'll block the sentry. Okay, we got a high noon. We're just nearly dead, unfortunately. I think we keep attacking with Bruse Tarl. We've actually got 8 power here. High noon does 5 damage to any target. 6, 7, 8. I can't believe it, but I think I might have won. I'm just gonna attack. Did not realise High Noon can go face. Maybe it's not a bad card after all. Okay, good looking lands, one of each colour. 2-drop creature. We might put a land on top because we've got one of our 5 drops. And we've got High Noon as well, which is also basically a 5-drop removal spell. We draw a land off the top as well. We might not need a land, but we'll see. Okay, and we just top deck another land. So Brimstone Roundup. If you cast 2 spells, your second spell each turn, you get a mercenary. Wow. We've got bad news for him. So we can. Well, I'll just go ahead and play the High Noon. So we can only play 1 spell a turn. That kind of counters that, basically. Does it do anything else at all? No. Prickly Pear. I can't do an awful lot, actually, but I'm going to make sure I've got double black in play. And Silver Deputy. And I will decline that opportunity. So it looks like a Boros aggro deck, so I think High Noon might have bought me some time here. I'm not getting completely run over. Just remember, I can only play 1 thing a turn as well. I'll play my Mountain. I will play my Outlaw Medic. So he can, yeah, he'll be able to pump the Armadillo, attack with a 4/4. And that thing's got Ward 1. Okay, more mercenaries. So that's interesting. The 3/2. I could double block. I will lose my medic. The plan next turn was to pump the medic to 2/4, so it's a bit more formidable. So I think I'll let that through. We've got a Bruse Tarl as well. But I'll go with my flyer. So what does the Tycoon do again? Yeah, he makes that mercenary. He can sacrifice a token to get indestructible. So he's got 2 tokens to sacrifice. It's going to be very hard to kill that thing. That is a removal spell. So there goes the flyer. That also gives a mercenary. So that's a 4/2, that's a 4/2. Well, you don't have any mana, do you? You can't make the Tycoon indestructible here, so I'll trade off with the Tycoon. And just remembering I can only do one thing a turn. We can go for a Griffin, or maybe Bruse Tarl. Well, Bruse Tarl, if we're lucky, gets me an Ox as well. Bruse Tarl doesn't go too well with High Noon. We could always, of course, we can always pop the High Noon to kill something. Play the Armadillo next turn. Okay, it's got removal for that. Lawbringer can destroy any non-land permanent, so I can bring something back. I can definitely bring back Bruse Tarl. And that's 5 damage from the Prickly Pear. Just thinking, it's very expensive to cast High Noon, but I think I just want to keep my card advantage here. I want to play my Armadillo. And that leaves me with 5 mana to sacrifice High Noon. And he's down to 2 cards, so he doesn't get a huge advantage. From me losing the High Noon. It means it brings his Brimstone Roundup back online. Okay, yeah. Smart move. I cannot kill the Armored Armadillo because I don't have enough mana to target it. However, he's choosing to pump up the Prickly Pear. Yeah, so Prickly Pear, yeah, gets big enough to trade with the Armadillo. I think I want to do 2 things next turn, so I think it's not great, but I'll take, I guess I'll take 5 from the Armadillo. Or I just pay 4 and trade with a Prickly Pear. And then I can only do 1 thing next turn, which... Okay, no, I think we've got to blarb the Prickly Pear here. I think I can lose my Armadillo. No, I'll lose my Silver Deputy here. Lawbringer. Okay, how about Medic? Sacrifice the Medic to pop Mystical Tether, bring back Bruse Tarl. We get our Ox and play a Silver Deputy, because why not? And we won't put anything on top. And no attacks. That was a good turn. Okay, attacking with everything. So my Ox has double strike. Can potentially trade with an Armadillo. Deputy goes there. Lawbringer goes there. I think, yeah, Bruse, Tarl will block one of them because I've always got Rakdos Joins Up. And we'll see what kind of overrun thing he's got here. Right down. So he gets... Okay, I get killed with a removal spell. 1 for 1. Great train heist. Pumps everything up. I take 2. So what happened with that? Creatures you control got first strike. +1 power and first strike. So I lost big basically. Lawbringer got first strike, first struck, and the deputy. So some serious combat tricks, shenanigans there. Let's see, we're on 7 mana. I could Wanted Griffin and Oasis Gardener. I gain 2 life. He's not playing black, so I can hold on to the Rakdos Joins Up. Yeah, no, I think that might be better. Oasis Gardener for 2 life, plus a Griffin. No attacks. So Joe makes another one of these, and these actually double up their effectiveness, the mercenaries. No attacks. Okay, cool. Right, it's tempting to... I think we want to bring back Bruse Tarl. He'll be 6/5. Which is pretty cool. A big flyer might be a good idea. It'll be tougher for him to deal with. And it'll get me... it's a bomb. It's going to get me card advantage every turn. Lawbringer could kill Eartha Joe. I'm going to do Rakdos Joins Up on Bruse Tarl. There's a Mystical Tether. Okay, let's play an Arid Archway. It's tapped. And we'll bring back a Plains. We can't play a Mystical Tether yet. Or can we? Yes, we can, because we've got an Oasis Gardener. Take out Eartha Joe. That's a bit dangerous. I think I'm confident enough to attack with the Griffin. He's got basically 8 power on the board. He's... yeah, not attacking. Okay. Right, I should be able to cast everything in the deck, so attacking with Bruse Tarl should be card advantage. He might die, but that's fine. I'll leave the rest back to block. 8 damage gets through. Get to 3 wins. It's actually turning things around. Cool, that's a nice big jump. So it goes from 250 gems to 1,000 gems if you get to 3 wins. That's pretty nice. Okay, we've got a silver deputy. We also want double white for Aven Interrupter. Um, we'll keep this, but there are issues here. So we might just have to go for a plains. Ah, nice. We top deck a plains. So we'll play the deputy and look for the mountain for our Rakdos Joins Up. Oh, it's a death touch deck. I love it. So we can play double white and hold on to our Aven Interrupter. That's right, it's got a weird tutor effect. You can sort of sacrifice it to get a card out of your deck if it does combat damage to a player. Right, I can Aven Interrupter, double block this thing, and kill it. It's only got 1 damage, so it should only kill one of my things. Very, very risky because he may have a combat trick of some kind that kills both my things. I'm going to play straight into it. And if he has fake your own death, yeah, he wins the game now, basically. But him getting any card in his library isn't ideal either. Okay, we get an Oasis Gardener. That's quite useful. I think I'm going to attack with my Silver Deputy. So he got stuck on 2 lands, unfortunately. He missed a land drop. Potentially the Gardener is more fodder for my Pitiless Carnage. Oh, yes, he's got that to get a basic land. Okay. Fair enough. And now I can Rakdos Joins Up and make a 4/4 flyer, which is going to be maybe quite threatening for him. Drove a Grizzly, just a 4/2, so I can potentially trade off. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get a 4/4 flyer. got double black for the removal spell. Okay, 4-2 coming in. Or not. Okay, well, that's going to cost 2 more to cast from there. Okay, we just attack. Oh, I could have pumped up my flyer. Silly me. Attack for 4. We will blot a Pitiless Carnage. And the turn. Oh, you can get rid of my Pitiless Carnage with that. But he got rid of the Lawbringer. Okay, fair enough. Both good cards. Right, we'll remember to pump up the Interrupter here. That does not have reach. We'll play a Wanted Griffin. Pitiless Carnage, we could sacrifice the Deputy, maybe the Gardener, Rakdos Joins Up, and probably a Swamp. Draw 3 cards. I think I'll hold on to it. Oh, this is a Death Touch thing. Everything gets Death Touch. The Tramplers are much more effective. So that's going to be 9 damage for me. I think my Oasis Gardener will jump in the way there. Only block 1 damage, but should trade off with that. A lot of damage. Okay, Sterling Supplier, another flyer. I can swing for 8 here and have lethal next turn. That seems reasonable. You might have a board wipe, which, well, in which case I'll feel quite bad. Okay, we'll go ahead and swing in for 12 potentially. Okay. Will that do it? Ends up on 1 life. I'm going to go ahead and play my Conduit Pylons. Outlaw Medic. Keep that on top, because that's going to draw me an extra card. I'm going to Pitiless Carnage now, I think. I don't have any legendary creatures that I could sacrifice and use Rakdos Joins Up to win with, basically. I'll sacrifice Conduit Pylons as well. So, and Rakdos Joins Up, so that's 4 cards. Okay, we've got an Outlaw Medic and a Vengeful Townsfolk. Excuse me for a second. Okay, back to me. Let's finish this off, hopefully. Okay. Wow, so we got to 4 wins. 3 wins in a row there. And that gets me to silver. Yeah. Right, I'll have a break there, I think. And I'm back. Right, so let's get on with the next one. Okay, no planes, unfortunately. This time we could take a bit of a gamble, try and top deck some planes. I feel it's a bit risky. I'm gonna mulligan it. There's a planes. Okay. Pick 6. And I'll put the most expensive one back. I'll put the flyer back. could remove an ankle biter, but I don't think so. But we'll take this trade. I'll trade my Keykeeper for an ankle biter. And he's stuck on 2 land. It's unfortunate. And I play Bruse Tarl. Okay, it's Pitiless Carnage. That is not the best card to draw with Bruse Tarl. We don't really want to sacrifice anything. We could sacrifice our Armadillo, I suppose. Draw a card. We don't have double black to plot it, which is a shame. But let's attack with Bruse Tarl. And we get a box there, which is pretty nice. I think let's sacrifice the Armadillo. We'll try and draw into another land. And we did. That's good. So we can play the land. We'll get Sterling Supplier next turn. Okay, that's unfortunate. Sterling Supplier, pump up the odds. That should be 10 damage. Yeah, we will swing in. Hold it. Okay, up to 5 wins. Let's keep going. So probably a good mulligan decision there. Didn't have any planes and had 4 white cards. It kind of felt a little bit mad because it was a 3-lander, and I could probably have top deck planes, but it's just a little bit risky, I think. And then we mulliganed into a, perfect lands and Bruse Tarl, so um, it couldn't have gone better, really. Okay, this looks fine. We have a 2-drop, we have a 5-drop, and we've got the card draw card. Um, we've got 2 swamps, so we can plot the Pitiless Carnage as well. I've got enough mana to play the Sterling Supplier on the curve. We don't have red for Bruse top. Can't have everything. I'm going to swing in. I know there are flash creatures about, but I've got 3 toughness on this medic, so we're probably okay. This will get plotted. See if we get. Not quite loud. Okay, let's look at this creature here. Nimble Brigand. Can't be blocked if he committed a crime. When it deals combat damage, draw a card. One of these ones. Okay. So I can't stop him from committing crimes and just drawing cards forever. So I think this is worth a Mystical Tether. I'll play an Arid Archway. There's a crime. So I can Sterling Supplier now. Might get counterspelled, we'll see. Pump up my medic. Map the frontier, right, he is ramping out those lands. Something horrendous is going to come out next turn. So blue, green and white. Steer Clear is basically only going to do 2 damage because we don't have any mounts, but I still think that's quite good. Yeah, Spinewood's Armadillo, that's going to stop me for a while. Though, I'll tell you what we do have, we have a Final Showdown. We only have 2 white, we need 3 white to destroy all creatures here. This has got reach, that's stopping our flyer as well, incidentally. So we'll do maybe nothing that turn. I mean, I could sacrifice a medic, maybe a swamp, maybe 2 swamps to draw 3 cards, 4 cards. But no, I won't do that. Not just yet. Kellen the Kid. Oh. Okay, this is Flying Lifelink 3/3. When you cast a spell not from your hand, you get to cast something else that's cheaper. Okay, yeah, that's really good as well. Oh, and that's a 2/2 reach that can add mana. Okay, that looks intimidating. An intimidating lineup. And he's got 2 mana left over. Maybe he has a counter spell as well. Now I could play the Armadillo to as an extra thing. I could sacrifice next turn, or I could go ahead and sacrifice this turn. Tap 2 swamps maybe. Sack them, sacrifice the medic. Try and draw that plains. I'd have an extra armadillo. You see. Or try and draw 4 cards next turn. So he didn't attack. I think that's... I'll lose an Armadillo, but I think it's fine. Kind of want to do the 7-mana version. I think we want to keep our flyer alive. Okay, he's playing out another creature. That's good for us, I think. Final Showdown is instant, isn't that interesting? Right, he's got a 3/3 flyer coming in. We're not doing anything silly here by blocking, I hope. If he plays a combat trick, that's, that's fine. That's just, trading a card for a card. He's got deep into the tank there. I mean, I'm thinking I could even tap and sacrifice Arid Archway. Plus 2 swamps. It's a bit risky. Okay, it just times out and loses. I think he just disconnected. Oh well, get to 6 wins. Oh, perfect lands. We love to see that. We have a 2-drop. We have a 3-drop. We have 2 removal spells. I mean, this is the perfect opening hand, I think, for me, that I could possibly draw from this deck. We even have a Silver Deputy, maybe if we want that second swamp. Or second plains. There's a second plains. I think we'll start with an Outlaw Medic. Okay, it's a 3-1. Basically draws a card. We actually have double swamps as well as plains, so we're just doing pretty well here. What? Yeah, so I could swing in and play Silver Deputy. And then it's an equal trade because I lose my medic, but I get a card as well. So we're sort of level on cards. And I'll play an Oasis Gardener. Okay, we have another Mana creature. And it's gonna die. Alright. I think we're playing Silver Deputy #1. Not taking a land. And we're playing Silver Deputy #2, not taking a land. Sword of Wealth and Power. Now, Mystical Tether, let's just check what that can target things. Protection from instants and sorceries, but not enchantments. So he can make a treasure token. Okay, I'm going to let him have a treasure token. I don't know if that's safe to do, but yeah, we'll let that through. Mystical Tether can exile target artifact or creature. We are good in that case. Yeah, we're not suffering a Sword of Wealth and Power to stay on the board. And I will just attack for 2. Old Vein Hydra. Oh god, it has haste. It makes lots of treasure tokens when it dies. That's not ideal. Okay. Yeah, that's probably gonna kill me. Oh well, we've got an Armadillo. I think, let's see, is it a Trampler as well? Yes, it's a Trampler. Armadillo can stop 4 damage. Vengeful Townsfolk can get bigger. that? Trail at the vault to kill those two creatures. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's tough. I'll take another 6 damage, please. Okay, Aven Interrupter, you're a little bit late. Steer Clear is only doing 2 damage. I'm having to use all my white mana if I want to play the bird. So that's not ideal. I think we plot the Pitiless Carnage. No attacks and turn. There was no way of killing the Hydra this turn. Another betrayal at the vault, perhaps. Do we want to go down to 2 life? Yeah, we'll risk going down to 2 life. We could just lose straight away here. Rakish Crew makes a mercenary. It's another creature. Well, when Outlaws die, I get drained for life. Oh, that's not good. So if I kill his 2 Outlaws, Rakish Crew actually kills me. That's not good. So even if I have the board sweeper, I die unless I've got some life gain to go with it. We're going to play Conduit Pylons. Now, are we sure about that? We know we need triple white for the board sweeper, which will kill me. Well, we might draw a single target removal spell. Tap all of this. Let's Pitiless Carnage. Definitely sack 1 swamp. I'm not going to sack all my lands. I think that's a little bit silly. We want to sack the Mystical Tether, give him back his sword. No, I'm just going to sack 3 things. We drew a Final Showdown. We did not draw a white mana source, so we are stuffed. Now, if we'd played the Conduit Pylons, well, then we wouldn't have been able to play the potential planes we could have drawn. Yeah. Just short 1 white mana source. Yeah, I think we lost. Damn. High noon. Okay. Is that going to be useful? I'm going to say no. Yeah, I timed out. But yeah, difficult to deal with two bombs when you have one removal spell, because I don't think there's any way you can let him keep that um, Sword of Wealth and Power on the board. Okay, I think that was an interesting one run. We went 1 and 2 to start with against some ridiculously strong big creature decks. The game we won was really close. I needed to hold my board wipe until the right moment and hold back removal to kill his follow-up creature, huge creature. So, so that's, yeah, that was a pretty good run. And then we had I guess 5 wins in a row. I mean, couple, probably 2 or 3 pretty free wins just because people got mana screwed. But that's what happens. We'll have a quick look at the deck. Okay, we have that's our mana curve. Pretty reasonable kind of mana curve there. We had 16 creatures. Pretty normal kind of deck. Usually go for about 17 creatures. That's recommended. 7 2-drops, 6 3-drops, 2 1-drops. So it's sort of pretty close. Nothing huge. Nothing above 6 mana in the deck. In the draft, I was just rare drafting like crazy early on. And what was very interesting, we found that no one was drafting white. So I picked up some decent white cards. And I was really lucky because some excellent white rares turned up. Final Showdown, Aven Interrupter, High Noon. I managed to draft all of them, and Bruse, Tarl, Roving, Rancher. So that was lucky. We realised one last job is just a 5 mana reanimation spell because we don't have any mounts, vehicles, or any auras that target my own creatures usefully. Because we've got the one aggressive aura that the one removal aura, Mystical Tether, but this is for sort of enhancement auras and equipments. What was good in the deck? We managed to draw Final Showdown in most of the games. The only trouble was trying to get 3 white to actually play the board sweeper, which is usually what you want to do. We learnt that in the first game that you need 3 white because you got to remember the 1 white at the top. You add it to the 2 white at the bottom in the sprue pot. Yeah, good. It's nice to have a board sweeper in in limited. I don't think we saw the Nurturing Pixie even a single time, but in theory, it would have been quite good with a few sort of come into play things like Ruthless Lawbringer, Bruse, Tarl, and Rakdos Joins Up. I left. It would have been good with Tiny Bones Joins Up. I thought this isn't. It's in. It's not worth playing Tiny Bones Joins Up because it's a 1 mana thing in my splash color, and it just makes my opponent discard a card. It doesn't really do anything. There is a legendary creature thing, but I've only got 1 legendary in the deck, so it's just not strong enough to justify in this deck to justify playing it. We left out the Tutor, Insatiable Avarice. That could have been good for finding my board sweeper, but you're unlikely to get the 3 black version where you draw 3 cards. So it's 3 mana to put a card on top of your deck, which maybe you don't have time to do that a lot of the time. But and a lot of the time I'm trying to draw not only my Final Showdown, but the 3 white mana I need to cast it. Outlaw Medics were fantastic in this deck because I have Pitiless Carnage to sacrifice them. I have the Board Sweeper, which will kill them, and I'll be compensated. I'll draw cards. So that was a really good pick for the deck. Silver Deputies just for because I'm splashing 2 colors that like they kind of help, and then you just sacrifice them later to Pitiless Carnage. Aven Interrupter in theory was good. I realised to want to cast it on my own spell, and you have to go into full control. Because I had a steer clear, I was trying to cast from exile, and I wanted to interrupt it, but it didn't let me. So yeah, you got to remember to go into full control for that one. Yeah, Mystical Tether, Vengeful Townsfolk, standard stuff here. Oasis Gardener, and some flyers. Wanted Griffin, a couple of Sterling Suppliers. Rakdos Joins Up is another good reanimation spell. Just a better reanimation spell than One Last Job because it adds 2+1/+1 counters, and potentially you can bounce it with Nurturing Pixie and get to use it again, which is pretty good. And if your legendary creature dies, it deals lots of damage to your opponent. So if Bruse Tarl dies, that means yeah, you get to do extra damage. So yeah, I thought this deck was alright when I drafted it, and then I had a crisis of confidence after the first few games. I thought, oh, okay, this deck was rubbish. But then, yeah, we had a nice run there. Got to 6 wins, so pleasantly surprised in the end. 1,800 gems, 5 packs, pretty good going. Okay, I think that is the video. Thanks for